what season are you in right now in your life? Like as a man, as a father, as a creator, where are you at?
That is a deep question, man. I haven't even taken that time to really think about it. But I can tell you this. I'm at the point in my life where I know what I want
Mm-hmm.
and I know what I don't want. I know what I can give to the world and I know my limitations. So it's an interesting part to be because I'm not asking people what I should do anymore.
Right.
I know what I want to do. And, part of that is helping others discover their business. We can go into that later, but that's where I'm at in my life, where I'm sure of myself, I'm sure of who I'm around, and I'm sure of the impact that I can leave.
Yeah.
I know what my value is.
Yeah. And I definitely want to get into it. I want to get into the thick of it. We're already starting deep. I just want to introduce, this is Isaac Martinez. This is the man behind the scenes of many businesses that I've not only walking into, but even my own business. So it's like you have the ability to make things move on the back end that people don't see, how the systems of the businesses work. And that's something that I want to talk about in this conversation. The first one was just the start. It was like the little foundation of kind of like where we are in our creation and our business partnership. But this conversation is about elevation. Like, where are we going? What are some of those goals that we have? And my next question to you is, how do you balance wanting to be a great dad and a father and a partner with trying to build something big? Because I know you have goals, aspirations, and we've talked about some things, and I'm like, where are you at with that?
First, and thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm really humbled by that. But to answer your question, man, what was your question again?
Yeah, I'm asking how do you balance being a good dad and a partner and all these things while trying to build something big?
Wow. Balancing is always a challenge. It's just something that I aim to achieve. It's just whatever comes up in front of me, it comes down to priority. But even priorities have priorities. So I like to narrow it down by what's urgent out of those priorities.
Mm-hmm.
Being a good dad, being a good husband, of course, there are priorities. There are things that are expected of you, and there's things you want to see, and you want to be able to satisfy that as to the best of your ability. We're all human. We all need to decompress. But at the end of the day, I know my responsibility. Family time, the moments. If there's an opportunity to teach my kid a very valuable lesson, whenever that arises, take advantage of it.
Right.
If you have the time, if my son, my 4-year-old, man, he gets into everything. He's limiting me. He drives me crazy. But I can see how I was when I was younger. But he gets into everything, right? Who's not mischievous when they were 4?
Literally.
And he's a go-getter. He doesn't wait for permission. He goes and tries to run and use the scooter on his own.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he falls and stuff, he's looking for someone to help him.
Right. Perfect opportunity.
Perfect opportunity. Yeah. So I seek opportunities and I act when I have an opportunity. If my wife had a concern or a question or something that requires my insight, my guidance, there's another opportunity.
Yeah.
And so if I think about balance, I think about what opportunities are you giving?
Yeah.
And which opportunities are you taking or letting pass by?
Yeah. I want to talk about that because you and your wife, you guys built something amazing, in my opinion. I've loved what I've been able to see you guys do. Can you talk a little bit how you guys met and some of the things that you guys been able to accomplish over these past couple of years?
Oh, man, that's an interesting story. And she would probably love to talk about this as well. Long story short, we met in school. I mean, we met in nursing school.
Nice.
And I was at an interesting time in my life where I already had some issues with my personal life as far as relationships go. And so I had to balance between what makes me happy and what makes me a professional or a contributor to society. So I had to prioritize school. Long story short, it's funny because I have a bunch of homework just stacked, and I'm talking 7 classes. Every class has a quiz every week.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a full stack, a full
Workload
dose.
is tough, yeah.
And so I'm in the computer lab by myself, and this is here in Vegas, by myself. Computer lab's never empty. Long story short, this woman walks in, biggest smile I've ever seen in her life. The smile was so big, it was almost like I was envying that smile. Like, well, why are you smiling so much? I'm not in that mood to smile. I'm busy. I'm focused. I'm a little upset.
You're like, why are you smiling?
Yeah, what makes you so happy? Where are we bringing this energy from? I want some of that. I don't have it. We went into conversation. We talked about school. We talked about our dreams. That was the longest 3-hour conversation I've had with one person in years.
Wow.
I stopped listening after the first hour. I was in gaze, wonder, and I was captivated by basically everything. Her personality, what she was saying. And it just, that's when we sparked. We're like, you know what? You're the person I've been looking for.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I can go on and on about that. That's a whole episode on its own. But
I love that. So, okay. I want to try a little something. Do me a favor and finish the sentence for me, right? A real father is someone who blank.
Provides, protects, and creates a legacy.
Okay. A real father is someone who provides, protects, and creates a legacy.
Whew, on the spot today.
Man, I love it.
Love it.
Yeah. So what pushed you into entrepreneurship? Was it inspiration? Was it survival? What were those things that kind of like got you into this?
Needless to say, it started out as survival.
Yeah.
I couldn't put it a better way. It's either I learned a skill to get ahead, to get the basic needs, or I succumb to the reality, or succumb to the system and rely on my parents, whom I can't rely on.
Let's talk about that. So what were you doing before you got into your own AI agency?
I started in sales. But before that, I was in the medical field. See, my mother wanted me to be a nurse. And I was made to believe that that's what I wanted to be until I learned to make my own decision. I never wanted to be a nurse.
Yeah.
I went there because I was told to. I grew up, I was groomed to do that. And so I followed like a good son would. Long story short, I ended up realizing that this is not something I never really wanted. I lost the passion for it because it never was mine. My passion was entrepreneurship from the beginning because I like to seek solutions and help people on my own terms without the constraints and the restraints of being an employee does. I mean, don't get me wrong, we have to survive. At that time, I was doing Postmates to get some food. And I'm back on class, I'm back in campus. But again, it was not my passion to go to school for hours and hours just to apply for a job, to work for a company who doesn't care about you, your dreams, or anything that you contribute, just to get laid off or fired.
Yeah.
Or worse.
Dude, that's inspiring because I know there's a lot of men out there that are like, man, I hate this job. I hate showing up to this. And they're afraid to kind of like jump into their passion and try to make money from it. Now, it's not the easiest thing to do, and I know you can attest to that. So what were some of the trials and tribulations that you had to go through to get to where you are now?
Mindset. I had to basically believe it for myself that this is possible before I can convince anyone else. The hardest part was what was going on up here? What are my thoughts? What am I telling? What's my internal dialogue? What do I see in the mirror as far as what's possible and what's not? My school of thought is, you know what? I have to try this for myself or no one else is going to support me. No one else is going to believe me. I have a vision and I have to go for it.
Yeah.
I want to give value. So what I did, I started a little business in the school.
Okay.
It was a CPR class. The first entrepreneurship, right?
Oh,
so
nice.
I got a license. I taught CPR, made some good money doing that. Teachers got caught wind of it, and they wanted to be part of it. And they're like, hey, listen, how do you do that? You know, how do you come on here, and you're not a teacher, you're a student, but how do you come in here and start teaching class and charging students?
Yeah.
And I can't even do that. This is what entrepreneurship does.
Right.
It makes you creative. It forces you to be creative. I needed to survive, but I had great fun doing it. I learned a lot, and it taught me how to be a better business person, a better entrepreneur, and build relationships.
Out of school, where'd you go from there?
After school?
Yeah, so you did CPR in school. Where'd you go? What's that entrepreneurship journey look like?
Improvising. And
Right.
basically,
I've been there, so
yeah.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
There you
just
go.
Kind of like,
you got to take the initiative, even though, entrepreneurship is basically taking that first step, despite the lack of, and I'm sure you can finish this one, despite the lack of resources.
oh yeah,
I didn't have any.
man.
My wife and I, we bootstrap everything. Hey, I need some equipment. I'm starting a CPR class in school.
Uh-huh.
She was right there. I got you. Let's help you get the equipment. She was supporting me since day one.
Nice.
And so we long story short, we're building another revenue stream out of survival, but from passion.
I love that. So 2 nurses met in college and decided to kind of like start this entrepreneurship journey together. Man, that's
Absolutely.
inspiring.
We went to real estate investments. We met some friends. A lot of mistakes along the way. I mean, we had
Got
to
into
change
real
our
estate,
mindset.
huh?
Oh yeah.
So I already know a little bit of the backstory, but please tell us. You bought your first house. How did that happen? You got your second house, and then I know you guys also lived overseas. So can you tell us how that all that transpired? Because look, I'm trying to own me a house. I'm trying to rent it out. I'm trying to have another house. I'm trying to rent that one out.
There you go.
Build my
Empire
portfolio. That the real estate game is what I understand is the number one way to wealth. Can you kind of talk on that? Because, there's some people say buying house isn't all it's cracked up to be. So
I'm glad you asked me that, because we had to, we got our own house. We were living in Mom's for a year, and the next year we were like, you know what, we need to go and spread our wings.
Okay.
So it took some courage. It was stressful as hell. I mean, having to figure out your first loan, your first everything, looking for homes during COVID.
So you were staying at your mom or her mom's?
I was staying at her mom's.
Wow.
And we were living in the master bedroom. We were in a closet.
Damn.
I mean, we made it happen, but we couldn't stay there. We knew it. So we found our first house. This was during COVID. You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
So of course we're just looking for whoever said yes,
Mm-hmm.
whoever accepted, and we renovated it. It took us about 3 months. Every day it was like I was going to work. We're helping the contractor renovate it. It was our first flip.
Dang. So how'd you get the down payment?
Mm-hmm.
How did you? What does that look like? You got the down payment. You two were just saving up, working as nurses.
Not me. Funny note, I didn't graduate. It was just, like I said, it wasn't for me. They're like, hey, sorry, man, you didn't pass the test. So I didn't graduate. Only one of us did. While she was working, we sought out, an FHA loan. Anybody can get that.
Right.
If it's your first home especially, you got 3% down.
Okay.
Anybody can do it. You just got to get your credit right, all that such. So we did that. We went that route. We got the house cockroach infested.
Oh, dang.
Oh yeah, we had to turn
That's
that thing
crazy.
beautiful. After like a 3-month turnaround, right, after contractors gutting it up, everything, it was a lot of hard work. It was stressful as hell. I busted my finger. I mean, you learn so much when you go out there and do it yourself.
Yeah.
But if anybody wants to get in real estate, because anybody can, you buy a home.
Yeah.
You buy a house.
I watched you guys' second home. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it, dude. I was
It's
this is
a
nice.
project.
This looked like your wife put it together.
She's buying everything.
Yeah.
I'm just like, can we afford it?
And
Let me get some funds.
And
together.
you built it. You had to put everything together.
Yeah. Hey, can
The
you hammer
boxes
that?
come in,
All right.
and this
all
is
right.
your job.
Oh, my back. Can you reach that? Yep, I got you. So I was workhorse behind it, but as far as design, decor, me, I was looking at how much can we sell it for, all that stuff as far as investing. But literally anybody can get investing. It requires a lot of responsibility, a lot of research,
Yeah.
and you're going to make mistakes no matter what you do.
Yeah.
You just have to get past that.
Yeah.
And that's in everything.
Now I know when we met. I want to know when Journey came about
Yeah.
in this time frame.
So we had Journey in 21.
Okay.
And this was during our first home. That's when we had Journey. And then from there, like, we took Journey everywhere. And, it's ironic. I named him Journey because it's funny because we started traveling right after Journey was born.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
let's
that's
talk
what
about that,
started
please,
everything.
please, because super inspiring. You guys were able to work abroad. You I know you had some success in sales and in kind of like working your own business, creating your own like stream of income, so that you guys could move away from the states and continue work there. What was that life like, brother?
Oh man,
Please let us know.
I never really thought I'd be traveling. It's funny because this all came from out of necessity. Things are expensive here, even for us. We
Yeah.
were living on one income in the States, barely making ends meet. We're like, hey, we need to be able to at least have a better quality of life for ourselves and for our kid. How can we do that while we're still trying to grow our online business?
Yeah.
It was impossible to do it here. So we had to think, you know what? I can't keep this house anymore. The hardest thing sometimes is to let go.
Hmm.
We grew up in a world where you have to keep everything you get. But we had to learn how to let go. We sold our house because we wanted that opportunity to go and live abroad, to experience new cultures, to have a different perspective, and of course, a better cost of living.
Hmm.
So, a fraction of what I would spend here in the States, wow, you can stretch that US dollar anywhere else outside of the States.
Yeah.
I mean, we went to South America. We started in Canada, but we went to South America. We went to Colombia. We went to DR. We traveled, and we just got a perspective as other lifestyles, how we can life hack,
Yeah.
use the US dollar to get everything our family needs and more.
Nice.
So now I can focus on what really matters, growing our business and taking care of our partners.
Hmm. Hmm. I love that. So through that experience, were you Airbnb? You guys were
All the way.
bouncing around, and did you ever have a point where things got a little scary while you were out there, and it's like, I don't know, like,
Oh, scary.
what is that?
Did I fail to mention that I almost died in DR?
You almost died in the DR,
Yeah.
bro.
I kid you not.
Like car accident? Like what happened, bro?
No,
What was
man,
that?
not in the way you would expect. But before you travel anywhere, do your research. Problem, I didn't really do it. I didn't do
Uh-huh.
my research. Let's just say beach time. We're eating food. Not everybody's sanitary.
Yeah.
We ate some fried fish. That was the last fried fish I had,
Mm.
and I didn't realize this till later. Okay, I'm working. I'm still doing sales at the time. I'm working online. Okay, I was still working for a company as a closer, trying to make ends meet, all that stuff. Had the worst stomachache of my life. I'm like literally like coughing blood out. It was so bad. And it got worse. I got hospitalized for 5 whole days in a foreign country
Damn.
on and I didn't know I was going to make it. It just got worse and worse and worse. They gave me some antibiotics and they told me, "Hey Isaac, you had 3 types of salmonella."
3 types of salmonella is crazy.
And I was looking at the list. I'm like, "Oh my god, I survived that."
Ugh.
Take your
Salmonella?
probiotics, man. My advice to anybody: take your probiotics.
Yeah, that's good.
You don't want
advice.
to you don't want that taking you out.
That's good advice. So all right, so I want to jump into what we're really here to talk about, and it's AI and your company, AIU
AIU agency.
agency. So let's talk about this groundbreaking company that you have founded, you and your wife, and walk us through your mission and what you guys are here to do. And I could definitely attest to some of the things you say, but I definitely want to hear it from you.
Oh yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, of course. AIU agency came from when I got laid off.
Okay.
Needless to say, I got laid off by the very thing I, want to provide, but I got laid off by an AI. It happened to me. I didn't hear about it. It happened to me. I was working online for a marketing company as an appointment setter. They gave me, and it was for not until a whole month later, they gave me a Zoom call. "Hey, Isaac, how you doing, man? Listen, I hate to cut it to you, but we found a replacement for you."
Mm.
I said, "Get out." I wonder what that could be.
They just told
It's
you this straight up.
Oh, straight up, man. But 2 big emotions rushed upon me. Number one was sheer anxiety. Oh my God, what am I going to do now? And mind you, I'm in Peru at this time.
Mm-mm.
We're in Peru, and I get laid off on the phone after 1 month of working. Yeah, we got an AI platform that can basically take on any inbound leads and respond and set the appointments at the fraction of a cost. They don't need to pay me $5 grand a month, a salary. And I take breaks too. I'm a human being. I get lazy sometimes. I don't call everybody, and then within 5 minutes,
Yeah.
it takes me an hour sometimes. But yeah, they laid me off right then and there. And from that moment on, I've decided to dedicate my life to learn everything I can learn about what AI can do for me and for others. AIU Agency was born.
Okay. That's okay. That's groundbreaking. Because I mean, like the why is crazy. The fact that you got laid off and you have to provide for not only a new baby but your wife, and you're in a whole nother foreign country.
In a foreign country, no resource,
Ooh-wee.
just boom, online. Whatever you can get online, that's all. That's all.
So, what scares you about AI, and what excites you most?
I love this question. What I'm scared about AI is the negative things that people can do to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because whatever you want it to do, it has the ability to carry it out. I'm afraid that it's going to be used on humanity's dark side. You know, greed and corruption and all that stuff. There are people creating viruses on this stuff. I mean, you hear some crazy stuff on the news. And I feel like as long as, we have to stay true to ourselves as a human being to use AI. And I've heard a conversation, I heard an interview with Elon Musk, and he mentioned this.
Yeah.
He mentioned that, if we're not truthful for ourselves, as long as we remain true as a human being and what we want to achieve, AI is going to take care of the rest.
Right.
Because AI is nothing without us.
We'll get into some of the things that excite you, huh? What excites you about it?
What excites me about AI the most is we can actually use it as a tool to achieve our dreams and to better ourselves.
Right.
And to help others. I mean, it's anything you could think of, you could do it far faster, with way more efficiency.
Yeah.
Without having to cost an arm and a leg.
Some of the things that I really like is the fact that it can create systems for you. Some of those things I could think out a whole event, and then I'll be like, okay, let me run this idea through my AI and get a system in place on this is what I need to do, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to do. This thing will literally input all the things that I was missing into the system to allow me to kind of like catch where I'm, where the holes are in my plan. So I really love that part about the AI, because Google's never able to do that when we were coming up,
And can you search like 30 sources on your own on Google search or any search?
30 tabs.
30 tabs,
You
man.
know?
You don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
What scares me too is that how quickly and how fast it's advancing.
Yeah.
You were using it one way a few months ago.
Yeah.
Now it can do a whole nother thing. It's hard to keep up with it and getting at the forefront of what AI can do for you.
I think that's why some businesses need the expert to come in and kind of like not only teach in boardrooms, but founders and brand owners, creators like myself. Like, we need people like you to kind of consult with, to ask questions about, to know what's new, what's not, what's gonna allow us to really push our businesses forward in a way that makes sense. What's the ROI?
Well, you know what, Adam? Not everybody thinks that way.
Right.
You have, to all who's own, but you have people out there who doesn't want anyone's help. I can do this myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just knock it out. I want to go through the time. I want to go make the mistakes, spend extra money, and learn it on my own. And by the time you achieve that, you're already behind. You're still behind.
Well, yeah, shoot. I've been doing it for years. Like, oh yeah, I could do this. Let me figure this out. Or let me get on YouTube University and do all this research.
Let me just talk to ChatGPT, talk to the LLM.
Yeah.
What if there's a certain way to communicate with these LLMs? You asked me earlier, what's your favorite GPT? My answer was, it depends on the use case. We have its different strengths, weaknesses. There's a certain way to talk to it for it to do what you want it to do. But what if we're supposed to ask it what it wants us to do?
Huh.
That's what we're missing out the sauce.
And I'm not gonna lie, bro. When we start working together, you've had some prompts that I was like, okay. Like, how important is that prompt to what your ChatGPT is able to produce?
Very simple. What I believe in is garbage in, garbage out.
Right.
If your input is not in context, is not specific, has no examples, it has no goal, then you're not going to get the output that you're looking for. And so it's very important that we understand you're talking about prompt engineering. Yes, anybody can learn prompt engineering. It's basically a way to communicate with your AI.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody has AI now. Now you got to learn how to use those tools.
Yeah.
Everybody has the same tools. What I use, you have as well.
One thing I really like about AI is I create these different prompts in my ChatGPT, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I can be on a whole brand new clean sheet prompt that I'm about to write in my prompt, and my ChatGPT will remember all of the past prompts that I've already put in. So it remembers all my brands that I've talked about, all the different products that I'm, creating, and it could jump right into that same conversation that we've been having
Pick up where you left
on a
off.
whole new, stream of conversation. So it's like once you start really forming your ChatGPT to who you are, then it becomes that much more powerful, in my opinion. Now, there's a lot of people that are scared of AI and how it may possibly take over, and I guess the energy that it's using. What do you kind of say to those people that are like, well, ChatGPT is just horrible?
Well, if you don't use it, you'll be left behind. I hate to say it, but it's one of these things that it's going to be rudimentary to anybody's success. Whether you're a business owner or an employee, you're going to have to learn how to use this, because I guarantee you your competitors will. And it can only benefit as long as you start making the initiative to learn it today.
So what I'm getting is AI won't replace you, but it will replace the version of you that doesn't adapt.
Thank you.
Ooh.
And you've heard this before, that AI will be replaced by humans who actually use AI.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you have to use it.
So what I'm finding right now, because I'm a student at UNLV and I work for a pretty forward-thinking company as far as in the hospitality space. And what I'm starting to see and realize through just like what they're teaching in some of my classes, AI, or companies are looking for people that know AI far more than they're looking for the people who don't know anything about AI. It's like, would you rather take the person that knows the position, has a little bit of experience, but knows AI, and then somebody who knows the position and has no idea about AI? It's like, you kind of,
That's an interesting perspective. When I started AIU agency, first it was me and my wife, and we've hired a couple employees since. And so the people I was looking for, I wasn't looking for folks who were an expert in AI.
Okay.
All I was looking for is, do you have passion? I tell you what, I onboarded this developer overseas. We met in Peru. Brilliant guy from Italy. But I'm telling you, he is a developer who wanted to learn AI. I'm like, listen, man, I need a CTO. You're the guy to do it. We're starting this ship, and I want you a part of it. We're helping everybody who needs this. We're helping real estate agents. We're helping contractors.
Mm-hmm.
We're helping brokerages. We're helping medical clinics.
Mm-hmm.
They all need it. And I want you part of the team to build my back end to help me with this as I teach others how to use AI. Long story short, not only did his skills double since last time we started working,
Right.
he's learning a lot about AI at a fast rate. I would argue even some developers, they're trying to keep up with it, but the passion alone to learn it, you'll get to where you need to go.
Right.
You just have to have the passion for it.
Man, I love that. And so let's talk about some of the people that you do help. I know you have an event that's coming up.
I do.
And it's a workshop to kind of help the surrounding community in your surrounding neighborhood and business owners. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. It's kind of like a passion project, if you will. I live in a town called Pahrump, and then we basically are surrounded by small business owners who are in the niche that we do help. And so what I want to do is I want to bring awareness and some easy education that anybody can apply to help their business. For example, for our automotive, for example, they have a lot of calls.
Mm-hmm.
There are calls that can be answered. There are calls that are missed, and every missed call could be a missed customer.
Yeah.
Could be a missed revenue. Could be a missed opportunity. You learn how to use AI. You can help with that process and not miss any calls, and make sure every appointment gets booked. That's just one of many applications.
Okay, so I'm thinking of all the different people that this could help. Insurance agents, real estate agents, anybody who's a contractor and like kind of has their own business phone,
Independent contractor.
like so you're telling me that you can create a system for them to not ever miss an inbound call or leads? How does that work?
Absolutely. Each industry, they have their specific pain points.
Yeah.
And so as an AI consultant, what I do is I take a look at your business, help you identify those pain points, those bottlenecks, and I offer a customized AI infrastructure.
Okay.
No, I'm not giving you an agent that hallucinates and makes mistakes. That agent needs automation.
Right.
So that way it does exactly what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. So there's like back-end websites and softwares that you use to put together a system for this independent contractor to capture more leads.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's say there's a roofer. Roofers cannot answer calls while they're roofing. They do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But you know the risk of that. Hey, hello, how you doing? Right? So what we do is we offer, hey, Isaac, I'm losing money. We go do an audit.
Right.
We see, okay, let's look at the numbers. How many leads do you have? How much money you put in marketing?
Yeah.
What's coming out and what should be coming in?
Right.
We have an AI employee for that. An AI employee? Why don't I just hire a real employee? Can you afford a real employee? Can you afford to pay them the salary that they need to survive here?
Mm-hmm.
An AI employee, you don't even have to think about it. An AI employee doesn't make mistakes. You train it. It's designed to do exactly what it's supposed to do, maintain efficiency, and it doesn't take breaks. It works 24/7. And you don't have to worry about affording a salary for it to survive.
So we're talking about automating emails, talking about answering phone calls,
Answering
phone
yeah. Giving phone calls, handling a consultation via text.
Nice.
So we have our SDR, our sales development AI employee.
Okay.
And I call them employees. They have names. They work with your team, not replace it.
I've seen a little bit about this. I've looked in. Well, I always see the. I can't say I've done the in-depth research, but I always see these ads on YouTube, like in between my videos and stuff, for like different agencies and stuff like that. But shoot, I mean, what makes your agency different than one of those people on the ads?
I love that question. So there's a lot of tools out there that solves like one problem, but it doesn't solve the other nuances that's tailored to your business.
Okay.
So there's a difference between looking for something that's cookie cutter,
yeah,
if you will, to solve that one problem, and then when you have an issue with another bottleneck, you're trying to figure that out, and you purchase another tool, and then you purchase another tool, another tool, another tool. What I do is different. It's holistic. It's end to end.
Right.
To ensure that the bottlenecks are handled.
Yeah.
Because we have an infrastructure that keeps the human in the loop.
Yeah.
Meaning, if you have an inbound call and there's a question that only a human or a specialist like yourself can answer,
right. So
the AI is going to pass it off to you.
The value is Isaac. It's not the AI employees and stuff like that. The value is your knowledge and the way that you're able to, because when I tell you, you've been able to help me craft a brand and business for my book, like it's pretty much changed my life, bro. And it's been able to take the passions and the things that the essence of my inner voice and put it out on a book, and you've definitely helped me come up with these strategies and systems on my back end to make sure that my content is matching up with my my branding, my email marketing is all in alignment, because trying to organize all that stuff as one person is crazy.
I mean, you're a dad too, by the way. You're busy.
Yeah, bro.
Everybody's busy,
dad.
right?
Yeah. So
who has the time to go ahead and do all the research? Make sure you have it's like me. I'm going to hire a tax guy to handle my taxes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to do it myself and do my own taxes if I don't have to. I want to hire a professional. It's the same thing with AI.
Yeah.
If you have the use case for it, you're going to need a consultant.
Yeah. Man, this is big.
It's crazy.
This is big. So I understand this AI this AI business as just groundbreaking, because where our world is shifting into, there's hot topics, and then there's things that are like going to be around for a long time. So what are some of the things that you want your future self to kind of like know?
I see. As far as where the industry is going and how does it affect me, my family, or
Yeah, and I think just through the things that you've learned through doing this business thing, and like, what would you, what, and I also want to preface this as like, what would you want your younger self to, like, what was some advice that you would want your younger self to know as well?
I see. Stay focused. You
Okay.
have a vision. It's hard to get distracted when you have a vision. When you know what value you can provide and you know what your strengths are, lean on them. Because that's what's going to make you more value to someone else.
Okay.
For example, the folks I work with, I have a diverse group. I'm surrounded by people who are better than me, smarter than me, in my weaknesses, and vice versa. So you follow what you're good at. Like, for example, I love to help people and learn how to have them adapt AI in their situation or help them build a brand voice, an identity for their marketing, content, whatever they're going to need to stand out so they won't be a commodity.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned the fears again. Here's another fear. We have to be able to identify what makes us different before the system does.
Yeah, and sometimes that's scary.
That's scary, bro.
Like, dang, I
and
have
with
to say that.
AI, I can help people find what their strengths are, help them find their brand voice. Sure, there are tools, but hey, some people need some hand-holding.
Yeah.
Done with you. Some people don't have time. They're busy. They're parents. They're entrepreneurs. They're employees. They work 2 jobs, and
Yeah.
they still have dreams.
Facts. So that's where you come in.
That's where I come in, bro.
Mm. Yeah, I can tell you this, bro. When we sat down and created the roadmap for my book, and we met for, what was it, 12, 13 weeks in a row on creating each chapter, mapping out exactly the.
And it doesn't take 13 weeks anymore.
It doesn't. No, no. And I say it maybe took us 8 to 10 weeks to get the meat and potatoes of the book in its entirety. But the formation and just the strategy behind it, the marketing in place behind it, some of the building of the VSLs. That was my first time doing a VSL. Certain things that are needed for the system to run. And I think there's still some tuning and things that I want to put in place, but I'm glad we're able to have this conversation because this is a key piece in marketing, advertising, promotion, overall strategy, you know? And so when it comes to you working with these businesses, what are some of the strategies that you want to really put in place for somebody looking to, for example, like your event that we're having in February
7th.
February 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell me, like, what are some of those use cases that you want to get across to people? Some of those systems and strategies.
Well, to put it simply, everyone needs a system. You need to have a direction. You need to know where you are, where you're going, and how to get there.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you have a lot of tools. What use does it have for you if you don't know which tools to use or how to use them to put in your plan? As a consultant, my job is to help you identify what that goal is and help you build a plan or a blueprint to get there with the tools provided. And that's with business development. That's with brand development. I'm gonna keep talking about this, but Gary Vaynerchuk, everybody knows Gary Vaynerchuk, and he speaks. The 2 most important things that you need to get into today, 2025, 2026, and on, is brand development and AI. I like to mix both because it helps me achieve both.
Facts. Man, I love it. I love it.
That's the secret.
So real quick, I know you've also written a book.
I did.
Is 1 book or 2?
Working on my second.
Working on your second. What was the first one about?
First one was about how I was able to use AI and sales to be able to travel abroad.
Okay.
This is a big thing I had to do in order to help more people. I needed to free myself up. So I did. I went through training, but that book talks about that. I got into merchant services. So I had coaching. I had my sales knowledge, my sales mentors. I added some AI to the mix, and it allowed me to create a lifestyle for me and my family to have more freedom, more time for what really matters. So it pays to this day, man. And anybody can do that. If you read that book, you'll see how you could do it on your own too. Anybody.
Nice. Okay, so if somebody wanted to book you or like work with you, how would they make that happen?
Everybody has Instagram. Instagram's the easiest way to find me. I got websites, but my Instagram is my full name, Isaac Imani Martinez. Word for word. You can find my links. So if you don't know if AI is for you, I have a quiz, very quick, brief 2-minute quiz that answers some questions. And then you get an invitation. If you want to book a call and talk about those results and do an audit to see where your bottlenecks are as a business owner or as an influencer who wants to create their brand, I'm also there to help you with that as well. But I'm on Instagram. My links, they're live.
Nice.
And we're working all the time.
And so, real quick, here's another one. What's, in one sentence, what does legacy mean to you?
That's a deep one. Legacy, to me, is basically the future you leave behind for those who have yet to take it. It leads to success. It's a foundation. It's a roadmap.
I've never heard it like that.
And that's not in one sentence.
I love
but
that. The
to
future
me,
that you leave
that's what it
behind
means. Yeah.
for those who haven't got there yet. Ooh.
Yeah, it just came out.
No, that was a good one. That was good.
That's the best way I can explain
that
it,
was
brother.
good.
Best way.
Is there anything else that you want these viewers to know about you, about your story, your brands, where you're looking to go?
Well, if anybody's listening, I want you to know and understand that whatever that dream that you have, go and pursue it, because no one else will until you start. I didn't get help until I found what my dream was, and I started working towards it. And then I meet people like you, helping me on. It's not too late to pursue your dream.
Simple as that.
Dream works when you do.
There it is. I literally have that quote. I have this book that had all these. Your dreams don't work unless you do.
Your dreams won't work unless you do.
That is facts.
That's facts. That's words I live by.
That's facts. Yeah. I love that, man. I love that.
What is the next direction for the book, bro?
Actually, this year, what I want to do,
the roadmap.
I want to have each quarter at least 1 to 2 book events, book signings / author meetups / kind of like experiences. I want to cultivate these small rooms where dads can come together, meet each other, and kind of like, we can talk about the book building process.
Nice.
I want to definitely, read a chapter out of the book to kind of like give guys a perspective. And I have 4 or 5 different bookstores that I want to work with.
Nice.
2 Black-owned bookstores. One's downtown. One is in the Caesars Palace. I also got into the Barnes & Noble. So these are our wins, right?
Those are wins, man.
So I got into the Barnes & Noble database, and now I'm able to host author events at Barnes & Noble.
Get out.
So like,
that was fast.
That I'm still kind of cultivating, trying to find the strategy for it.
Yeah,
but
that's fast.
Like, yeah, man, this is exciting because I'm like, having an author event at a Barnes & Noble for me is like big time.
It's a bucket list. It has to happen, bro.
Yeah. So this year is gonna be a big year for me in the book. Definitely been thinking about a second one. But I want to ride this till the wheels fall off. Like, I need to go through all the little steps that I think is necessary.
Hit it home
for this to be, it's already a Las Vegas bestseller, but I need it to be a New York Times bestseller.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I love about it. And if you're ambitious enough, you can achieve it.
Yeah.
You're leaving an impact, believe it or not. I'm sure there are people out there who are looking for someone like you to show the way. And by doing this, you have no idea what the impact is.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm just I'm grateful because like having these types of conversations with other like-minded men is super important to what our community needs. One, and I'm not just saying like us as black men in a black community, but like just men in general. Like I was thinking about this on the way over here.
Yeah.
Our stories matter, especially to the guys that are also in our shoes or like, can see themselves in us.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, I'm just, for one, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm blessed to be on this platform to speak about these things. Two, I also want to get across that like, this is something that you can do, my guy.
That's right.
Like put the plans, write them down, write your plans down, and then
do it.
Go do it. Start making little steps to get there.
You're a mentor, bro. You know that.
Yeah.
We still need mentors.
Yeah.
I mean, I can think of several occasions where I know I couldn't have learned or understand something without one.
Man.
And how much time do we actually have to really learn it when the mentor has already gone through that for you?
Yeah.
So we can stress upon the importance of coaching and mentorship because your coach or mentor should be where you're at or where you want to go. It should be where you want to be, and they should have already been there already. I mean, that's a mentor.
Yeah.
You've been exactly where I want to go.
Yeah.
Or you've been through that already.
Yeah.
That's a
I
teacher.
love finding, and in-person mentors are a little bit far and few between for me right now. But I find mentors in
I don't see mentors
in my
this
peers
virtual.
too, bro.
Yeah, Zoom.
Yeah, and then like you're saying, like Zoom, YouTube pages and things like that. I'm also a mentor. I'm a mentor right now to a group of kids at Lawrence Middle School here in Las Vegas, and it's just a small group. There's about 6 or 7 young men, ranging from 6th grade to 8th grade, and we're in there. Our first conversation, our slide was it's about integrity. Played a video about integrity, doing the things that you said you're gonna do, when you said you're gonna do them. It builds trust. It builds relationships, and these are the key components that you
Kids need that.
Yeah.
I remember when I was younger, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
My dad wasn't there for the most part of my life. And so what my mother did, a single mother, to compensate for that, she allowed me to go to the rec centers. That's where most of my upbringing came from, in the communities.
Mm-hmm.
We have to have that resource available. I know I needed it when I was younger. How many other kids?
Yeah.
Who needed the same thing that you got when you were younger?
Yeah.
Or didn't
And that's something I want to push to somebody. Like, if you're out there and you don't know really, you're 25, 20, 30 years old, and you don't really know what to do, man, go get into the community, bro. Go to your local library and or community center, because these are the places, for one, they have resources. So if you don't know what you want to do, like,
and you can become a resource too. There's a different type of fulfillment with that.
Exactly.
There's a different type of fulfillment when you become a resource for someone. And I know you can talk about that.
Yeah,
bro. Because you're
bro.
doing it all the time.
Yeah, man. Go coach a team. Go do something that's going to give back, and like you'll find a path through that. But like, I love it because, like you're saying, I needed those men in my life when I was younger, and they have shaped who I am to this day. So like, man, yeah.
And you know what that makes up? That makes up the values that was instilled in you as you were younger. You see, we're judged by our decisions.
Yes.
And our decisions are from our values. What do you value? What will you learn? What were you taught when you were younger?
Yeah.
That makes you determine the decisions you make today.
Yeah. It's big. It's big.
I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah, so shoot, it's definitely important for us to be a resource for the young that are coming up, not just our own, but like. So I definitely take pride in
all this Gen Alpha stuff going on with 6, 7, all that other nonsense that's going out there.
That is,
bro. Leave me with that.
I don't know.
This is why we need resources.
Yeah, Yeah.
Because come on, not everything on the internet's nice, especially for our kids. And
Yeah.
that's another can of worms.
Man, that's facts.
Yep.
Shoot, I would definitely. I want people to. I have a YouTube page. It's a dash he deserves at a dash he deserves. You'll see it's just a dad. I want you guys to subscribe, leave a comment on the video. If you find any value in this, definitely follow Isaac. Follow me on Instagram. We're continuously building and dropping resources, things that are providing value. The more people you provide with value, the more money you make. I think when you lead with value, you definitely reap the benefits of it.
Absolutely.
But ultimately, like, we're really here to really change lives, really provide value. So, yeah, definitely give us a follow. Like, yeah, man.
Yeah, absolutely. We're here to leave an impact. You know, find us. We'll help you.